Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Arma Hobby. It comes in 1/72 scale and it copies Ki-84 Hayate, so it's a new edition of this kit. As you can see, it's a special attack units and it still comes in the same scale. It is based on the same plastic which we reviewed before, but it's always interesting to check the new iteration of the kit, and we have a perfect chance here because we have a commercial sample, and it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review. And this is the final shape of this kit, nothing will change, and if you order it, for example, from Arma Hobby, you will get exactly the same things which you will see in this video. So first of all, the packaging is typical for this brand. We have also quite nice box art here, and here you can see comparison with my hand. Also on the side, if I leave this box here, we have the list of the features. So we have masks included together with decals and also plastic parts also for the decals. So here you can see these three marking options which will be included inside, and they're quite interesting designs because I mean, all this insignia is really unusual. And here you can see also some safety advices for this kit. Obviously it's not a toy and blah blah blah. Okay, so this is a side opening box, so it's quite easy to open. And here we have all the parts and decals packed into the one plastic bag. It's resealable, obviously, so that's why it will be easy and quick to open. But I need a second to actually do it. So just give me a second. Okay, so what do we have here? First of all, I would like to start with the clear parts. They are packed into the separate plastic bag, which is good because they will not be scratched. Because usually Arma Hobby was packing them together with the plastic parts, so now we have them packed separately. Here we have canopy parts, and what is quite nice for 1/72 scale kit is that we have separate canopy parts. It means you can open this cockpit, you can also expose what is inside, and because, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have masks included, so you will be able to cover all these parts easily, and basically there is nothing to be worried about. You get all you need out of the box. And again, I really like the molding quality here. There are no complaints whatsoever on the quality here. Next we continue with the first gray plastic sprue. So here we have a mix of various parts. Note that the tail wings, they are molded as a single piece part, so you don't have to join anything. It's ready to be installed, and we have also nice external features here. It's recessed panel lines. Also here you can see that these bombs, they will have to be glued out of two hulls. But we have quite smart parts division. As you can see, the tail fins are molded separately, so it's just a matter of combining all of this stuff together and you'll be good to go. But overall, again, the molding quality and the parts distribution is really well thought. Next, we continue with the larger gray plastic sprue, which actually houses all other parts. So I guess maybe we will not zoom out for now because it's better to show you all what we have in a zoomed in view. So here, for example, you can see landing gear X, one of the wing parts. Actually, as you can see, the top wing halves, they are connected together with wheel wells, which is quite interesting parts design. Here we also have the cockpit floor, we have engine parts, and also here we have landing gear wheels, which actually have this weight imitation, which is also a rather nice feature to have even in this scale. Next we have more engine parts. Here we have two types of the top section of the fuselage, so it will depend on the version we will choose, I guess. And here we continue with the fuselage halves. So overall design again is quite traditional for this element. We have them both molded together with the tail fin and also together with the rudder, but these cowling parts are separate, so you have to assemble separate cowling elements or panels. Here we continue with the propeller. It is molded as a single piece part, but I'm not sure why we have the attachment points right on the blades. Here we have the lower wing panel, so it is molded together with the wing mechanization, so no separate flaps or ailerons, but in this scale I think it is acceptable. Here we continue also with the tail landing gear doors, the front cowling section, which is also good because you won't have any seams in this area, and here you can see some separate panels for the cowling area. If we flip over over this sprue. Here inside, first of all, I would like to show this main wheel wells. As you can see, they are nicely detailed for this scale. The same can be said about the cockpit, because we will also install these separate plastic parts here. And of course, you can always resort to aftermarket PE, which will bring even more features. And here, by the way, you can see the top wing half, which is also quite nice looking in my opinion. Okay. Actually, that was the bottom one, but still, you get the idea. And as for the aftermarket, because I mentioned it, so you can also get some PE parts and resin from Edward, and it will be handy for the cockpit and external features, so definitely consider this, because it might bring more features to your model, and it will be actually an interesting experience in this scale, so that's why I'm recommending to check it if you plan to get a nice model build. Next, we continue with the mask sheet. So this one is pre-cut, and as you can see, these are yellow stickers which will have to be applied on the clear parts and also on the landing gear wheels, so everything looks nice and it's just a matter of careful application. And again, it's always nice to have such bonus because it gives you a better result with less effort. And here we have the decal sheet, so it is printed in tech mode. Printing quality looks really nice. We have also some decals for the cockpit, as you can see, seat belts and instrument panel. But again, if you will resort for the aftermarket, then definitely you will be using PE parts instead. Next, we continue with the assembly manual. So here we have quite an interesting printing design, because third version is printed on the separate paper. I will show it in a second. So first, let's place it here on the table, zoom out, close the lenses, maybe even more. Okay, so the assembly manual, it is printed in color. As you can see, we have short history note and parts map and paint chart here on the cover or on the first page if you prefer. Then immediately we start with assembly process. So of course we start with the cockpit. I can see that there is some bending should be done, as you can see, to copy the angle of the rear wall, and then to install on this part the pilot seat. Then we also install some decals or apply decals on the instrument panel, and then all this subassembly, cockpit subassembly, gets into the fuselage. We also work on the engine here, and next we assemble the wing together. Next, here you can see cooling panels getting in place and air intake being assembled. Here we also have the... So you will have to choose which parts you apply, because this part 22 is used only for the open canopy version, so pay attention to this. Here we continue with more versions of this canopy, so I guess that's for the closed one. Then we continue with the landing gear. So for the landing gear, as I said, you can also find the bracing set from Edward, so that might be a good choice to pick. Here we continue with bumps and also propeller cooling panels. These are actually cooling flaps. Also here we have the final steps, so 23 steps. That's actually the third marking option, which is printed separately, as I said before. And on the other side we have the small ad for other kits, which we reviewed as well. And here we continue with the first marking option. And here's the second marking option. We also have a QR code which will give you more information about these particular markings. But overall, I have to say that it's as good as the previous 72nd scale releases from Arma Hobby. So if you would like to build a nice model in this scale, then definitely consider this kit. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, of course, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.